welcome to Adaklu Waya of the Adaklu. And of course, of the ongoing military campaign of John Mahama is concerned. And from the cheers and chants here, it tells you that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has just touched ground here at the park in Waya. Of course, at the background, and again I'll paint a music picture to you, where you see the youth, the aged, all gathered here waiting for who they call their savior. And again, on the other side, you have the traditional rulers dressed in their regalia, very, very beautiful. And it tells you that, look, this is the tradition and culture in the military. And here you have
I was ready. And then you can also see the original minister executive. Then you can also talk about the original secretary is there. Exchanging pleasantries with the traditional rulers of Adaklu. And that tells you how ready the people are to welcome His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, with the elders as well, all gathered here in their numbers. He will pretty surely take the stage and of course address the teaming fans and the teaming supporters and the followers of the party. And that is how beautiful it looks over here, and it tells you how ready. And of course, if you are just tuning in, you are live on Wezo TV, and this is the live coverage of the ongoing campaign tour of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Well, let me just quickly cross over the main stage for the continuation of the campaign tour. Stay with us here on Wezo. I rise for Ghana, a patron of the land. For when and sing your future, I was 20 unity from being to be the end is usually stable democrat. Ghana, I was 20 unity. Miawezo. Miayo miape regional secretary. Honorable James Gunu, wade miape amekwepe ofiami. Cho bayi. Tagbio klamamao. Brasbanto. Mada kukunami. Miapa makpekpe le miadome India. Maze monu kpekpe adede kavado afia Tagbio klamamao.
At Paramount, you have got a short speech, so you need to after the chairman.
Left, Afia India, Makpo Miafa, former district chief executive Emmanuel Sky Ganeku,
Nanemake, miape consensus chairman, play other consensus executive so. Miape former member of parliament, na ho central, for Kofi Ato, Elemia Dome. Honorable Emmanuel Kwesi Bejira, Enye MP na ho West. Namake, miape regional chairman. Bubuto Mauto Agbavito, play regional executive so Lemia Dome. Campaign manager, now His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Professor Joshua Alabi, former Chief of Staff, Bubuto Julius Debra Alamia Dome, Mianto Miapa MP, the Minority Chief Whip, Honorable Governors Kwame Agboja, Miapa Agbaleji Graga na Patia Ikanya Vavio Acho Muganu Toma Bubuto Fifi Fiavi Kwate Alazu Tagbio Klamamao Miapa Duklala Amerika Mia Kata Mia Mokpomna Bema Jijiwa Baba Odukwa Akplo Begana Nanyua Alemia Dome Yenya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Akpenami Niaza Monu Kwakwaya Ayo Consensus Chairman Be Waglonya Piare Adojanami
Cho boy! Cho boy! Boy! Ayazu! Mita kwene maube enabe egbenkeke ejeji. Adaklu leji jokpo. Elabe miape duklola. Eike mile mokpo be avade Ghana. Edo mia dome. Miape togbe gabubu toklefe etefia opete le Adaklu. Tokbe mamao miape gbogbo me fofo amechichi opete inchugo me nyonu go mele Adaklu metode NDC for me ebe nkome hele wezo to he done mi va Adaklu mele wezo done mi de dagbeji dagbe elabe John Dramani Mahama His Excellency fe eduploye iya minyale ke Ghana no agbeno no eno etefe ne yasimere agboble gagbagba gake blamedegbe to ba hodua ogbadu ogudugudu nane kemegale etepo yeyi te be mau agbugbo ajra Israel ro mau agbugbo ado Sion te John Dramani Mahama agbugbo tuya atunami ayata eike His Excellency Geremia Doma bere unye toko open come mama open come Daklu ma wo bete pen come ma soja pen come me always otokene His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Your Excellency, the people of Adaklu are glad to have you. We are privileged you are here. This is a district you created yourself. The NDC gave Adaklu a district status, and the NDC is the only party we are sure will give comfort back to the people of Adaklu. We give you our full support. We want to also say thank you for giving us the opportunity to have some of our inner roads recently rehabilitated. With you and the Honorable MP, we had a Waya Toda Road, Waya Mafikumi Road rehabilitated, and people can apply that road without difficulty. It is a hope that when you return, knowing the needs of Adaklu, you shall address them to bring comfort back to the people. Miawe Solo! Ayazu!
Akpene constituency chairman mia iji mia ho emichocho kwedele mia togbigan togbe gbogbi acha atonli agbo
Beko to tapla chi do me happy to gbe gan apo nu ne mia jami gan fofo e akogbeji e ya ta le do ku bobo me jami gan fofo e ple jami yo pete le jami ti dasi mia anoti tre be mia awo ahapo da yin konu ye mia pete mia no do do isi gan de me apo wona ye tepe hake
Agolo Tobiga Bogi Acha Atolia Bramu Fio Pete Enyi Bare Milo Enyi Bagare Milo Yabe Duprola Ka John Dramani Enyi Banao Lendike Chichi Obeto Enya Gbelo Yano Zoji Yatame Adaklu Makluma Okleto Soma Sukamere Kogo Gidi Asamatre Home Petumara Zadia Vazada Gleu Avaklo Dede Gome Dama Chiba Chigloba Samadi Dagono you have Fulan Buffalo but to see us I don't know Korea community said Damara Pass Bakwase and I get Jamaica go back to the quarter Moka you get the Jabe Bata Hannibal Moji Mola account and Mahama Mora Hotel and Mayolo Grow Chamichi Asegwe Wado Yano Adaklu Tedaibo and yet that will be Rama Fadi Mayomi can go Mayo Mila Mayo Japa Holiho Tomara Wefia and Mayo Makakogo Hatapero Kumyanya Barrow Yano Adaklu Tedai Lukasi Be Eiji Jireki Yatoma Bulem Yadome Heye Yabetu Plala Ko Eivu Kaka Gapogade Olebe Waga Trobova Egbere Evato Chiamandi Ejedi Amakoji Obajoto Miabe MP Komia Bojaji Ochole Fumavu Obado Miabe Togega Babi Acha Toleaji Ogere Miavioji Ba Egbere Miabe Tukolola Kogo John Dramani Agava Avakpomira Next Helen Day Watchona mi Yase Attack Berry Togo Ofufu Cho aha Toha Kwakwo Odatine Puma Pura enemy Nkita ho No Wajaji ne pepe Susuke he Okovere Susone Jetta pepe Nem Yotere Nemi Gakpongo Bayi Abele Kimi no Ayi Chari Down Tifana no Mia Dome Tam Yava Hakimya Fafaneva Like Boa Roro Kaka Hevari Oh, I got 2 left ya Jode Yaga Ploro I got the weather fellow Tap Yava Hakimya Ho Yava Hakimya Ho Like whenever Like Beva ho Togo pete miase Mekwewa Ahare Anya ketoto Etire Anya papa Jaja chimele jajao Negbe Himinya wanki Nyale ho le pomoko Etigare ne vaja Na utifafa ne vanemi Ne dagbe ne vane dagbe va ho
Camera
Minamia Aide Gia Dogbeda. Yahoa mi echo bobo kple dodore jinao. Elabe enanke kenyui kple gapopo yami. Le wololo kple wamenu fefeta. Jehovah mi be bobo kple kafu eya yenye to. Miede akpena ode egbe. Eyike ne kplo wo dola. Evado emia domele tepe ya akpena. Akpena ode wa me kpokplo eyike ne kokplo ile mojita mieto mi ape tepe ya nono ple edoyo kata miawo le tepe ya chode asiome yeji na awunu nami le Yesu Kristo penkome mie bia wo kpototo be wa to popo kalami nyagbede si ade yike ado le tepe ya papa mie dogbeda be na dechi be wa vae menenema le Yesu Kristo penkome ala bena wenye mawu yikene egbulea metro now metutu now glegbulea elike eyo vaeme le Yesu Kristo penkome ne vaeme nenema amen.
Beko le dokui bobo me mia ano dodo izizi gande me aste togbe gan pe egbe togbe gan me de kumulation me.
Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, our incoming president, I togbe gan Gbogbo Acha the 5th. President of Adaklu Traditional Council, Chiefs and Elders of Adaklu Traditional Council, and the people of Adaklu, once again warmly welcome you to the district you and your party created in 2012. We thank you for initiating many development projects, including the E-Block, Adidoma Road, Adidoma Ho Road, which goes through Adaklu among others. On behalf of the chiefs and people of Adaklu, we extend our deepest gratitude to you and the NDC party for establishing the Adaklu district in 2012. Our incoming president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Adaklu is no strange place to you and the NDC. We have an enduring bond between us. We appreciate the opportunity to interact with you once again. We want to see this bond between us become opportunities for better conditions of living in our communities. We don't intend to speak much about our predicaments and our hope for things to be turned around. Our incoming president, we believe you are fully aware of issues of concern to Adaklu. It is our fervent hope that as you are sworn in as the president this year, you and your team shall address the issues of poor road network, very poor communications, inadequate potable water, and supply of endemic unemployment of the young people in our communities. Our young people have very high hope in your ability to create a better future, work and happiness. Our incoming president, we can't end here without extending our appreciation to you and your beloved son, the Member of Parliament, Honorable Kwame Govins Agboja, for your recent kind gesture demonstrated in rehabilitation of some inner roads in our communities, specifically the Waya Toda and Waya Mafi Kumasi rules. But we want sustainable intervention. Your Excellency, we have heard some people predicting what percentage of vote you will get in their constituencies. We don't intend to make any projections today, but we can assure you of one thing: you are loved and adored in Adaklu. This will reflect in our votes. Once again, we thank you for your unwavering commitment to Adaklu. We look forward in the next 4 years of your government with great anticipation. We pray to God to give you all that you need to make Ghana great again. Thank you.
Mi fwa gade na togbe. Mi fwa gade na togbe. Plefe fia hao. Akpe nya iji pata aho mi afe MP. Be wa nami ni chocho kwe de. Ara ba goja.
Yo, Akpe. Your Excellency President Mahama, our General Secretary, the Regional Chairman and his team, our father, Professor Alabi, the former Chief of my own brother, who supported the creation of Adaklu constituency, Honorable Bejra. Togbeo Mamao Vavala Wete Miawezo. Choboy! Your Excellency, I don't intend to speak much. When you were turning right to come to this place, you looked left and you saw the students of Adaklu Senior High with some placards. I would encourage you to stop by and listen to one of them as to what their predicament is. But let me give you a gist of what it is. In 2016, you actually supported, this used to be the only secondary school in Adaklu, and you decided to generously give us a community senior high school, of which was almost complete by the time you left. In fact, we could have commissioned it, but we were hopeful that in January 2017, you were going to come and commission it, and we left it. That has been the state of that school. The only school here that had boarding facility was here. The MPP abandoned it and rather tried to put up some 6 unique classroom blocks at the community secondary school, calling them dormitories, without providing kitchen. So the school could not be used as a boarding school. You started an ICT and a science laboratory here. It is exactly the way it was when you left. Until recently, in Ghana, we were probably the only few secondary schools that were still going to school under trees until we made an intervention. The government of Ghana has not put a single block at Adaklu Senior High School till today. 8 good years. Let me tell you a pathetic story. You gave us a bus, you gave the district director a pickup, and you gave the headmaster who used to take motorbike to school a pickup. Sadly, when NPP came to power, a few weeks before President Akufo-Addo visited here, the bus was involved in an accident. I offered to repair that bus. The school said no. We are told President Akufo-Addo is coming to Adaklu. We will park the rickety bus in front of the school. When he sees it, he will give us a new bus. Indeed, President Akufo-Addo came, sat where you were sitting, and promised to give us a new bus. As we speak, 8 years, the school bus has never been provided. In fact, Mr. President, the sad thing is that they forced the students to compose a song and sing for him that day. Our students have very good voices. Even the song that was composed and sung for him, he didn't reward even that song to the school. Let me conclude. Your Excellency, God willing, the God we serve in Adaklu would make you president in January 2025. You have been the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces before, and you brought honor and respect to the office of the commander-in-chief. The current commander-in-chief appears to lose control to the extent that miscreants in his government are threatening the peace and security of this country. I'm talking about my colleague in parliament, Honorable Brian Achampong, threatening that the sea will bend because they are going to try to rig the election. I have a simple message for you, my colleague. Just as you have been defeated in the hostile overtake of the hotels belonging to Smith, you will surely fail if you attempt to use force to do anything. This is Adaklu. We can tell you, you dare not try anything on the life of any Ghanaian. You cannot threaten Ghanaians. Your party will lose and you'll be the first to run away. This is what we have said in Adaklu. The God we serve can tell you that you dare not. You dare not. President Mahama will win and President Akufo-Addo would have to hand over to him, and your party has no business trying to hold on to power. So if anybody in government, and we have said it before, Your Excellency, that they are planning to do what they did in 2020 by orchestrating the murder of 8 Ghanaians during an election which has never happened before. I am saying, if you are a security personnel or those being trained by my colleague Brian Achampong and co, at least the boundaries of Volta region, before you cross with that mindset, be prepared that in self-defense you might become the victim. This is a promise, it is not a threat. I'll end here, Your Excellency, to assure you that indeed what Togbegan said, you are loved in Adaklu. Once in a while, the NPP comes here, the water project you started at the dome. In fact, you actually commissioned the building of the intake and the processing unit of that project. All that the next government was supposed to do is to do what we call distribution, i.e. lay pipes to the communities. It took almost 7 years. They brought a fraction of the loan to parliament and that extended the water to this few communities up to here, and then another community in, somewhere else. The water is not even with Togbegan as we speak. Togbegan's place is Adaklu Abuadi. The water hasn't even gotten to Togbegan. I am sure, Mr. President, that your wish is for Togbegan and his people also to get water there. Your Excellency, if anybody were to try to call you here on phone, chances are that they may not be able to get to you. If there's any champion of digitalization in this country, you are the one. The fiber cabling and fiber optic cabling and many other things. So, Mr. President, we are not going to make any comment about what we want or what we don't want. We are aware, you know exactly what Adaklu want. We will end here by saying that you can count on the people of Adaklu. Percentage, let us see which constituencies results will be discussed first in 2024 in the evening of 7th December. We shall see which constituency. We will not call the percentage, but I can guarantee you we shall be one of them. Thank you very much and God bless you. Yes. With this, Your Excellency, Togbe Mama, with all humility, I want to take the opportunity to invite a president that you can trust, a president that created Adaklu constituency, a president that made sure development projects were going on in Adaklu Senior High, a president that gave us additional secondary school, a president that awarded the road project between Abuadi and Kaime, linking us to Akachi, a president that awarded the project from Akwete to Mafikumasi, but sadly that project is abandoned. The president that started the 5 constituency water project. That president can be trusted. That president says something and does it. That president is God-fearing, and that president is the one ordained to be president again in January 2025. With Your Excellency, President Mahama is your next president. I introduce him.
Thank you very much, my younger brother, Governor Sagboja. Indeed, He is a member of parliament you can be very proud of in Adaklu here. Very sharp, very smart, very intellectual, and he does a lot of work for us in parliament. And I know that come 7th December 2024, you're going to send him back to me by sending him to parliament. Since we elevated him into the leadership, he has carried out his work in the minority leadership very admirably. And I want to commend him. And to say that he is one of our rising stars. And the future is very bright for him. Just watch him. The sad story he narrated here, it is the same story in every district and every constituency we've been to. That the projects that were being carried out, especially in the schools. Do we have some medical people here? Please come and attend to Chiami for us. The projects that were being carried out in the schools, in the communities, all came to a standstill. Immediately one government went out of office. There were electricity projects, communities that were waiting for electricity. The poles had been brought, the transformers had been brought, the cables had been brought. As soon as government went out of power, NDC government went out of power, the projects came to a standstill. And then you know what happened? In 2020, when elections were coming, they came and took a few poles and started planting them as if they were going to extend the electricity. As soon as they won power, they abandoned it again. And I know that in 2024, they are going to come again and pretend to be connecting those communities. And as soon as the elections are over, they will abandon them. The project in Adaklu Senior High is the same all over the country, in all the senior high schools. And you know why all those projects have stalled? It is because this government has mortgaged your future. The one who is the running mate of their flag bearer now used to be Minister of Education. And during his time, they floated what they call a Dache bond. And they collateralized 60% of Get Fund revenues. And they said that they were going to use it to come and finish projects like what you have in Adaklu Senior High. They misapplied the money because we don't know what they used the money for. They said they were going to use the money to complete the e-blocks. They said they were going to use it to provide new facilities in schools. Nobody has seen what they did with that money. And so they have questions to answer. They have questions to answer. And that is how the kind of people they are. So if you take this year, the total money that Get Fund is expecting is 7 billion cedis. Out of the 7 billion cedis, 4 billion is going to pay the debt that the running mate who was Minister of Education took. So the only money that is coming into Get Fund that can be used to complete projects like this is only 3 billion cedis. That is what they have done to the future of this country. Taking money and spent it in advance and left a debt for you, the young people of this country, to come and pay. This MPP government of Akufo-Addo and Bawumia was a terrible mistake Ghanaians made. It was a terrible mistake Ghanaians made. They packaged themselves very nicely with very sweet words and sweet promises. And in the Bible they tell us that it is the devil who will come with his sweet promises and sweet talk to tempt you into sin. So you must always be careful of people who come making sweet promises. 1 district, 1 factory. 1 village, 1 dam. $1 million per constituency per year. When a person comes saying that, just tell him, alakwator You are a liar. My master has given me 9/10. Just tell them Alakpa, Alakpa, Alakpa. Because they'll come with sweet promises. Just so that they can convince you to vote them into power. But they don't intend to implement it. One district, one factory. Look at Adaklu area. We produce maize. We produce cassava. We produce palm. We can process palm oil. If we had agro-processing plants here, our young people will have work to do. And yet, where is your one district, one factory? One district, one factory, Melio. And so, we need to be careful with those who come bearing gifts and promises. And there's a saying, say, beware of the Greeks, especially when they come bearing gifts and promises. And that is the MPP for you. The NDC invests in transforming our societies. And so the NDC does the things that will affect not only the present generation but future generations. And that is why we connect communities to electricity. That is why we provide clean drinking water to our people. That is why we build education infrastructure. That is why we build health facilities and health infrastructure. That is why we invest in roads so that we can evacuate our agricultural products to the markets. And that is why we build markets so that our mothers and sisters can go and sell and earn an income. That is the investment NDC does. MPP doesn't do that. In 8 years, I mean, just really point at anything they've done to transform Adaklu community. Nothing, zero. And yet what they'll do is, when it's getting to elections, they will come and start asking for your Momo number, and then they'll be sending 500, 500, 500, 500. But 500, what will 500 do you? You will spend it in 2-3 days, and then you will sit in your poverty and your hunger again. And so, elections have consequences, and we must be careful about the choices we make. NDC looked at 5 constituencies that did not have adequate drinking water. And yet we have the Southern Volta River flowing into the sea, billions of cubic feet of water every day. And so we said, let us set up the Adidome Water Supply Project. And so the first phase was to build the water treatment plant, the storage facilities and everything. And then it had phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. And that project was supposed to supply clean drinking water all the way to whole West, including the whole of Adaklu area. And we left office and left it to them to continue the project. And that's what your member of parliament was saying. As at today, in Adaklu, only about 2 or 3 communities have got the water. Others don't have clean drinking water. It has not even continued. It's only in Agotibi area that a few communities have also gotten. And so, that is the modus operandi of the MPP. They don't believe in transformational investments. They don't believe in putting money into things that will benefit people and their generations yet unborn. They live for today. And so they will come again before this election. But please, let's vote for truth and honesty. Because one of the cardinal principles of leadership is honesty and trust. You must vote for a person you trust and know would not tell you lies. And that party is the NDC party. We will never deceive you. And so we know the potential that you have. Like I said, when we come into office, we will still invest in infrastructure. So we'll extend electricity to the communities that don't have it. We will liquidate the GET fund by removing the cap so that more money can come into the GET fund so that we can finish projects like the projects at Adaklu Senior High. The community day schools, we're going to provide hostels for those who live far away and cannot commute to school every day to and fro. We will provide buses and vehicles, you know, to secondary schools so that they can better administer the schools. We're going to make the free SHS better. And so we're going to let the headmasters and the bezzers be responsible for feeding the students. So we'll send the feeding grants to the headmaster, to the school. And the headmaster will go to the local market and buy the agbelima, the beans, the corn, the palm oil. So that the children can get better quality food to eat. If you see the kind of food they eat in school, it's very pathetic. Anytime your child goes to school and come back, they become very lean. Because they are not being given nutritious food. We're also going to work to expand access so that we ease the congestion in the schools. And we're going to abolish the double track. So that all our children will go to school at the same time, vacate and come home at the same time. We don't want our children to stay home for 3 to 4 months. And they go back to school and they can't remember anything they were taught. And some of our young daughters get pregnant and their careers, their lives are spoiled. And so we're going to change all that to make life better for the people of Ghana. It is time for the elephants to go back to the bush. They must go back to the bush and reflect on the hardship that they've inflicted on Ghanaians. They must go back to the bush and reflect on the severe economic crisis they've inflicted on this country. And we don't accept their apology from the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Finance, he's just been brought as a spare driver after Ken Oforiatta was removed. The ones who should apologize are Ken Oforiatta, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, and Nana Akufo-Addo for inflicting this hardship on Ghanaians. They are the ones we are waiting to accept an apology from. But we will not even accept the apology. They must go into opposition and go and reflect on the harm that they have done before Ghanaians will ever consider them again. And that's why we say NPP never again. And so I want to thank you. I want to introduce your Member of Parliament who is also a parliamentary candidate. As I said, governance is a very important part of our minority leadership. And he has served as ranking member for a long time before he became the minority chief whip. And he's performed his duties to the best of his ability, and we appreciate all the work he has done. I know you are going to return him to Parliament. And I can assure you that he's one of the young people I have my eyes on. And so I am standing for the presidential election, and he is standing for the parliamentary election in this constituency. So when you vote for JM, you vote for Governs Agboja Kwame. So I'm going to raise his hand officially so that everybody knows that he's the one who NDC has endorsed and chosen to be our parliamentary candidate. So on 7th December, when you go to the polls and you vote for JM, you will receive your parliamentary ballot paper. His handsome face will be there with the NDC Akatamanso. And I treat all of you to vote for Honorable Kwame Governs Agoja. Ezu, thank you very much, and God richly bless you.